way to this orientation, and I already know I'm gonna get lost trying to get in this place because the directions they gave is not clear. It say go to this garage and come in through the visitor's entrance, and you're supposed to go to a center, but I don't tell you how to get to the center. So hopefully the center is right here when I get inside, because I don't have time to be looking for shit. I ain't got time to even barely get there on time right now. My anxiety is peaking up. I don't like working or being at these big facilities that you gotta do all this work. But happy Monday. I'll tell you one thing. I'm tired of getting up at this hour. Tired of getting up at this hour. I don't know how y'all do it. But I got a little bit of sleep last night. I got like 5 hours of sleep. That's a lot for me. Especially with me having to be up at this hour. I got home yesterday and I did not take a nap. And I think that's what saved me. Because had I have taken a nap, then I wouldn't have made it. Oh, shit. Is y'all coming this way? Come on. Trying to let the ambulance pass. They have us at the main campus for this hospital, and you have to pay for parking. And it's one of them places that got these big ass campuses. And I was late yesterday, even though I got here 10 minutes early, because the parking garage was broke, and then it was like a 10-minute walk to get to my site. I'm not finna be late for work for this bull. So what am I doing today? Parking in the visitor parking lot. The closer visiting parking lot. Hell. And it's cold. These people out there, man. And now I'm 10 minutes early like I'm supposed to be. And I don't want to hear y'all mouth, because technically I am a visitor, because this is not my home campus. So I am a visitor. And they have us parking in the visitor parking lot. Just the one that's all the way in fucking no man's land. Like, no. 15 minutes to get to report to where y'all want me to work at after I'm already here is insane. That's crazy, because y'all should have been paying. Y'all know how I feel about that. Y'all should have been paying me as soon as I put in a parking lot. Seriously. Baby. Proud of myself. I was so mad yesterday because I got up, I'm rushing, I'm like, oh, I'm finna be on time. Fucking garage didn't work. Then try to get out the garage when you got off of work. Don't look at my eyebrow. Trying to get out. Alright, we have wrapped up day 2 of orientation, and it was such a long day. I felt so energized this morning when I first got up, but I can literally feel the bags under my eyes right now. And I didn't learn shit today. Nothing new. I mean, once you go through one orientation as a nurse, go through 1 or 2 of them, essentially everything is the same overall. But how about majority of the orientation has either been somebody Zoom calling us, or calling us on a Teams meeting, or a pre-recorded video. And I just really don't understand why I had to get out my bed to sit in this cold ass classroom for 8 hours a day. Like we was finna learn some or do some hands-on shit. And not only that, the people that are actually showing up and presenting to us are reading. off of fucking PowerPoints. Word for word. Then they got the nerve at the end of the goddamn day, every day, they want us to do a survey to get feedback. Y'all don't want my feedback. Don't want it. Don't want it. And then me, I know everybody in the class, like, I wish this bitch would shut the fuck up. Because every time they be like, you got questions? Yes, I got a question. Because if you gonna make me be up in here, bitch, I'm finna ask questions. We finna engage. I'm finna pick your brain. Because this is really giving, this could have been an email. Could have been an email. Damn. But I am grateful, I am thankful, I am blessed to be employed. Don't get me wrong on that. Good morning, happy Wednesday, happy hump day. Yeah, I'm on my way to day 3 of 5 of this orientation, and I just had to tell y'all, my sleep sucks, and this is why I don't like working or being required to come in for day shift as a night shifter because of my sleep schedule. It's like terrible. It's non-existent. So I got home yesterday and I'm like, oh, I can't remember if I was gonna take a nap or I was not gonna take a nap, but I ended up not taking a nap until 7 o'clock, and then I didn't wake up till 10. My plan was to get up at 9, but I think I went to sleep and then cut my alarm on, and then Otis didn't wake me up. So I'm like, fuck. I'm like, I didn't want to sleep that late. I didn't want to take the nap at all because I knew I would be up all night. Sure enough, I've been up since 10 o'clock. Never went back to sleep. Yeah. And I'm like, damn, we not even halfway through this week yet. That's crazy. Crazy as hell. But yeah, anyway, I'm about to turn my music on and kind of vibe out. And I will let y'all know how the day went. Hopefully later. What's up, y'all? Happy Thursday. Happy Thirsty Thursday. We are almost done with the week. I have almost survived this little situation we got going on here with this orientation. I did not get any sleep last night. I have to update y'all on that. Got off work at 2:30. I got home at like 3:30. Sat on the phone with my mama for about an hour. Didn't finally go lay down for my nap until 6 o'clock. And it was like initially when I get home I wasn't sleepy, so that's why I wasn't gonna lay down. But then I needed the nap. And so yeah, I didn't get up to 9 o'clock. And I haven't been asleep since. And it's 14 degrees in Chicago today. It's cold as shit. Y'all know it's no heat in this classroom. So I'm like double, triple layered up. I started to bring my blanket today, but I ended up just throwing on some leggings under my clothes. And I got like a thermal under a damn sweatshirt. And then I got on a Columbia and then my winter coat. So I'm like, hopefully that does the job today. And I just wanted to tell y'all about this little coffee that I made. So I had slacked off a lot with this whole protein intake that I was trying to do. And with me losing weight, this is what made me realize that I was like really losing weight. Because I think my arms are starting to sag. Girl, we cannot do that. So I'm like, yeah, girl, you need to get your protein in. I damn near need to be like eating scoops of collagen and biotin at this point. So I'm trying to get rid of all the protein powder that I bought earlier this year. Back in April when I first started, I bought 2 big ass things protein powder and I ain't touched it since. So I'm trying to get rid of that. So I've been making protein coffee. I was putting the protein in my iced coffee, but I put it in my cold coffee. I was putting it in my iced coffee, and I put it in my hot coffee yesterday, and it actually turned out pretty good. And I had bought some cookie butter flavor, and so I added that in. And baby, with this sweet creamer I got, just a little bit, because the protein shake is already sweet because it's vanilla. And it's good. Let me taste. Oh, my water is frozen in here. Oh, that is good, but that shit is cold. I'm gonna have to find a cup when I get in this building. I was able to clarify with my manager about my schedule for next week. And Monday, I just gotta go in for like 4 hours to do the rehab onboarding at my campus. Because I told y'all I'm not at my main campus this week. I mean, I'm not at my campus this week. I'm at the hospital system's main campus. So I have to go do rehab onboarding, whatever that be, and some other stuff that afternoon. So that's like an 8 to 5 type day. And then I'm gonna do 2 day shift 12 hours next week. And originally she told me she wanted me to do 4 shifts on day shift, but when I talked to her yesterday, she said that we would just reassess next week after I do my 2 shifts. And she's like, oh, you know, I want you to focus on like admissions and discharges, yada yada yada. And I don't know if this lady forgot or not. So they use Epic, and I'm not sure if I told y'all like the extent of like my Epic background, but I was an Epic user / champion or whatever for our Cerner to Epic conversion when I was a new grad. I've been using Epic for like years, and so I did our conversion when I was a new grad. So I was a new grad at the hospital. I finished my orientation since they knew I needed Epic, and like I didn't really need help with charting when I first started as a new grad, because I had used it all through clinicals. I used it as a CNA PCT when I was working at my job, and then I was always one of those I forget the word, but I would always like be in a nurse's business and trying to find out what they was doing so I could learn more when I was in school. So I basically knew how to chart. Like I could chart better than the nurses could. So they asked me, they was like, oh, well, that's perfect, you know, can you be the super user for the nurses? So I'm like, well, the Go Live was literally like my last day of orientation. Then that next week when I was supposed to be on the floor by myself was when the Go Live happened. And if you've ever done a Epic conversion, it's like a 4 to 6 week thing. And so the champions and super users are part of that program for the whole 6 weeks. So you don't work on the floor. You're not a part of direct patient care. You just are on the floor as a resource to help you know, everybody get used to and work out the kinks with the new system. So I'm like, well, damn, I'm like, if I do that my first week when I'm supposed to be on the floor, then when it's time for me to be a nurse, I ain't gonna know how to be a nurse. So they were like, so that's what they did. That's what they ended up letting me do. They had me do, so I got off orientation the next week. I was a part of the conversion for 6 weeks. So I know Epic like the back of my hand. So she like, I need you to focus on doing admissions and discharges. I can probably do admissions and discharges better than your nurses can right now. But, you know, it's a new specialty. So we're going to see how these 2 days go, because I don't need to be on day shift for 4 days because I work night shift. We're not discharging anybody. We're going to do some admissions, but we're not discharging nobody at night. And once you do one admission, you do all admissions. You know, I pretty much know the admission questions for any EMR. I can do an admission pretty much without looking in the computer. You know, I usually, when I go in the room and I get my patients, I get like 75% of the information that I need for the admission. And then I go back in with my computer and I fill in the gaps for the questions that I might have forgot, or something specific that we might have to go through, like a specific like checklist that I wasn't able to ask in that like 5-minute introduction when you know, patient get up to the floor, you get in the bed, you get them comfortable, introducing yourself, that type of thing. So I'm like, girl, I don't need no 4 shifts for that. So I'm like, okay, cool. Which is better for me because I want to go back to night shift the week after next because I have to work night shift at my other job. And I don't want to do this whole flip-flop thing because I am miserable right now. It's terrible. And I hope today is more, it's very hands-on. Like, it's been over here. I mean, like it was yesterday. So I got like a brain fart and I'm trying to watch this traffic. So let me get to work and I will holler at y'all later. Y'all, I made it. Day 5 of 5. Orientation is complete. Well, classroom orientation. Because I have another orientation day on Monday. But it's at my site and it's unit specific. So I don't really know. I'm confused about what I have to do, but whatever. But we made it. What did I learn today? I don't know. I don't even know what them people were talking about today, honestly. I know the one lady, they had one lady in there, and baby, she said, I don't know so much, that I just wasn't sure, like, did they pull her off the floor to, like, teach us, or what happened, because you couldn't have been the instructor for orientation. Couldn't have been. What else? Oh, so, although I may not have learned much myself, I paid it forward. If you've been keeping up, I did tell y'all that majority of my class, like more than 75% of my class, was new grads. I think, I counted today. It was 37 people in the class, and only, I think 5 of us were experienced nurses. Everybody else was a new grad. So, like throughout the week, I just been kind of asking questions, like when we go over stuff that I felt the answers would be beneficial to new grads for stuff like it's stuff that you may not have known, or to just get them to think about certain things in like real life situations. So I felt like the way that they was presenting the information in class could have gone wrong for them trying to, once they got on the floor. So I just would ask questions just to like engage, get the class thinking. And then
being thought-provoking.
I'm always thought-provoking. Oh, this. Like the other day we went to the IV thing, and the lady was like, basically like the experienced nurses didn't really have to bother with the pumps, and we were comfortable with them. So we just kind of teamed up with some new people, and I don't know what the other people did, but I told them, I was like, you know, well, they knew that I was experienced, so they was like, you know, I want to do it with you. I'm like, okay. And I'm like, well, how do you want to do it? I said, do you want to do it first, and then I just tell you, you know, give you pointers? I said, do you want me to do it first or whatever? So I kind of helped them through that and showed them some different things with that. And then yesterday I was sitting on the side of 2 of them while we were doing epic class, and I was falling asleep, and I'm like, I saw that they had a question, and I'm just like, hey, I'm like, are you new to epic? And she was like, yeah. She's like, I'm new grad, I'm new. I'm like, well, if you need help, if you have questions, I said, you can ask me.
Super user.
This is a hater. Doing an epic conversion, baby. Do you know what that is? That is at the top of my resume. I don't know what you're talking about. And yes, I tell everybody that, yes. Yes, I'm like, I did tell them, I said, well, I was an epic super user. I did our conversion when I was a new grad. I did our conversion from Cerner to epic. So I'm like, I could pretty much damn near teach this class. I said, so if you have questions and if you need help, I said, let me know. I don't mind answering them and helping y'all. And so they was just like, oh, thank you so much. You helped me so much. And so today, I had told one of the girls yesterday, I was like, you know, give her some tips. I was like, if you don't have a little mini notebook, I said, I have some at home. I'll bring you some. I had so much stuff left over that I've accumulated from TravCon and all these other conferences that I go to that I've been trying to get rid of. And I intentionally didn't get rid of the stuff because I knew that I would meet somebody that, you know, could benefit from the stuff or whatever. Just somebody I wanted to give something to. I didn't pay for shit. It was gifted to me. I mean, well, essentially, I guess I paid for it because I paid for the conferences. But, you know, it's good quality stuff. And it's stuff that I felt new grads will appreciate, or even experienced nurses. You know what I'm saying? Stuff you don't got to go spend your money on. And then, so I told her, I was like, well, I have some stuff. I said, I'll bring it to you tomorrow. So then I had the idea to bring all of this stuff that I had and just give it to them. All the new grads, just I had pens, I had cups, I had fanny packs, compression socks, notebooks, all different type of stuff to bring it, you know, and give it to them if they wanted it. Okay, I ran out of storage space, so I had to cut the video and make it 2 parts. So anyway, part 2. So I wanted to give them the stuff if they wanted it, or whatever. And then also I told her, I was like, you know, do you have a report sheet that you are going to use? And she said no. I said, well, I have like a collection of them because I have collected them over the years. Like if I see some that a nurse is using, I get it and just add it to my collection until I found what I like. Now I found my report sheet that I've been comfortable with, and I've been using it for 5 years. But even still, y'all know, with the travel nursing, I've met so many people working so many different places that I have still been collecting them over the years because one day I might want to switch it up. And then 2, I've always felt like I would meet somebody that didn't have one and that could benefit from one. So I was like, you know, and a lot of people I didn't know that people don't have report sheets and have resources like that. So I was like, you know, somebody gonna be able to benefit from this one day. And sure enough, you know, so I bought it today. And I showed a couple of them. I said, hey, you know, do you got a report sheet? Do you want one? So I laid it out. And when I counted them, baby, I have like 8 different report sheets. And that's including the one that I use. So I went and made copies for them. And I sat them out. I'm like, hey, you know, if you don't have a report sheet, if you're interested, I said, these are a couple that I've collected. This is what I use. Grab a few and you can try to see what works for you. I'm like, you might not like them, you might like them, but it's something, you know, to kind of help you get your foot in the door and start out. And they were really appreciative and really liked it and liked the stuff, and they were just so grateful, so thankful. And I don't know, I just got like this connection with new grads, and I always wanted to pay it forward. I've told y'all that all this time just because people poured into me. I've experienced both sides, you know, and I just wanted to hone into that with the new grads this time around. And so they were asking me, like, you know, certain tips or advice I would give newbies and like things that I like carry with me. So I'm gonna make that like a separate post. But I was talking to 2 of the girls, the 2 girls I helped yesterday in Epic. And the one, she was just like, you know, she's like, before I came into orientation, I just had prayed to God and asked God to put some good people in my space while I was in orientation, and, you know, some people that could help and yada, yada, yada. And she was like, I feel like you were that person that God brought to me in this moment. And that just really touched my heart. I wanted to cry, y'all know I'm sensitive. But she was just like, yeah, she's like, I prayed and I asked for this connection and you gave me that and gave me that guidance. And I just really want to get away from, you know, like nurses eat their young and like the whole mean nurse vibe, because yeah, it is some out there, but come on, I'm open. As long as you're not crazy enough, I'm welcoming you with open arms. You know what I'm saying? As long as you're cool, I'm gonna be cool. We gonna vibe. And I'm gonna help you as much as I can. And if I can't, I'll direct you to somebody to help you. So that's what I got from this week. I'm very optimistic. I feel very accomplished. I feel very good, especially going into the holiday season and coming off of Thanksgiving week. Thankful, grateful, and blessed. Wished everybody luck. I even told them, I said, hey, if y'all want to, I said, you take my number down. If you ever got questions, I might text me, call me, let me know if you just got a van or just need to know how to navigate through a situation. So yeah, that was day 5 of 5.